Clearly I'm funny. That does make me a comedian. I know quite a few people that call themselves internet comedians because a lot of these morons will call them trolls. Trolling is completely different. Trolling is something that I've done, and it's where you harass the hell out of somebody online. Like if you're on Facebook and you're posting once a minute, that's not really trolling. You could always just block the person. I mean, take control of your own life. Don't be a fucking jerk about it and complain. Just block. That's what the block button is there for. You can complain about echo chambers all you want, but Instagram and Facebook, which is the same company, have block buttons because there are people that will annoy the piss out of you, so you block them. That's what the block button's for. You don't want people at your house that are just gonna, use you. I'm poor, so hook me up. I'm not going to pay rent because I don't like altruism, but I expect you to be nice to me type of people. That's why I never begged people for cigarettes when I wanted cigarettes when I was smoking 2 years ago, because I can get my own shit. I hate it when people ask me for a cigarette. For one thing, don't smoke. It's bad for you. I smoked for 20 years. I hope I never get cancer. But if you're, go get your own. You have money from disability or your job or whatever. Ration your own shit and take care of yourself. It's cigarettes. Nobody's here to support your habits. That's a little too altruistic. You know what I mean? Okay, because you need it. I'm more fond of hooking people up that don't need it or don't beg for it. Like I see a guy that's aggravated and I got a little weed, I might give him some weed or something or smoke him out. That's different. He's not begging. There's just all these stupid things that people say that is kind of based in religion or spirituality. Stuff like, love will find you when you least expect it, except when you want to buy pizza or whatever, you have to look for pizza. And that holds true for everything that you look for, even stuff that's free, like oxygen. Oxygen is just going to show up. If you don't have oxygen, it'll just show up. Those old wives' tales are what just irritate and gaslight people to death. Maybe if you're going to say that, you should preface it with, I'm going to give you an old wives' tale that's complete pedantic bullshit. Love will show up when you least expect it. Except dating sites exist and the lottery exists for people, But when you least expect it, we're a living species that is a diploid species that has two sexes. When you least expect it, sounds like, well, when you have the money, classist, join our oligarchy. Despite the fact that you're for Bernie Sanders. And when you least expect it, you'll find a love. No, what you do is you beg and you ask your friends to hook you up with a girl to talk to. And if they don't, cut them off for being wasters of your time. I don't owe you my time. Hook me up with a chick and then we'll be buddies. If not, and you got chicks, I'm not into you. Go find another simp. Go find a little messiah that you're going to take advantage of. I'm not your Jesus. But I am kind of a messiah for an age gap thing. I think that, if you're young and a woman, you should be with guys that have a little gray in their hair. It completely says that in the Bible. Science backs it up. Experience backs it up. I mean, if you're a sexist, you probably are not going to get women. My stepdad was a bit sexist when he was younger. Not so much now, but even when I met him in his 40s, he did say some funny ass shit that guys are entertained by. But at the same time, if my mom heard that, she would probably be a little aggravated. My dad said some sexist shit too. But you look at dudes these days, it's like they call their women bitches all the time. And Gen Z girls don't really expect you to be like honey, sweetie, babe, and my love on them. If you say these sorts of things, you're a mature gentleman, and there needs to be more mature gentlemen in the world. The common thing these days is to call your girl a bitch, but the first person she's going to talk to is an older, mature guy complaining about how she's always called a bitch, and she's sick of it. She's like gapping her mouth, like, but at the same time, she's dating you. But at the same time, even then, she hates you because there's nobody else around better. Be a better dude, you know? I meet all these people that are like, yeah, women, you know, they're a bit stuck up. Take some responsibility as a guy and admit that the men own the money and the power of this world, and admit that it's your fault as a guy that you don't have a girlfriend. I will admit it. Even as against misogyny as I really am, I will admit that maybe, you know, I should be a better guy. And that's why I like young women, because they don't expect respect. Like every young woman that I'm currently talking to, they're all over the states and the country. And finally one in Spokane who's absolutely lovely, that I really like a lot. I'm not going to talk about her. They know that guys their age are assholes. But what's available to them? Guys their age. Or dudes with money. And a lot of chicks these days are like, you know what? You could throw that money in the trash because what I want is respect. And you know what, guys? Worship these women. Love these women and treat them like queens. Because if you don't, you're an asshole. You're dead to me. If you want to hook me up with more women to talk to, I'm very open to that. Because I think it's important to have a lot of women to talk to. And send them to me. Send them to me on Instagram. If you're my buddy, you will hook me up with women to talk to. Even if they're just going to be my friends. If you're in a relationship that the chick, you know what I mean? Like if the chick's in a relationship, the answer is no. If she's gay, fine. We'll talk to your lesbian friend. I have lesbian friends. But if she's in a relationship and she's straight, you missed the point, bud.